Hey everybody, it's Miss Marcy, and I wanted to take a moment and talk about the Ice Cube interview on Bill Maher show, Real Time with Bill Maher. So y'all know this came, after the whole situation with Bill Maher using the N word, and what better person to have on the show afterwards, better than Ice Cube? All right, so Ice Cube goes on there and people were calling it a moment to educate Bill Maher as well as other people, other white people or whoever may think that it's okay to use the N word. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all listen to this audio and then I'll come back with the rest of my thoughts. And actually, there's two pieces I want y'all to listen to. I want y'all to listen to Ice Cube and Simone Sanders and what she had to say as well.
5th anniversary edition with 3 new songs. Ice Cube. How are you? Good to see you. Okay. All right. So I know you're here to promote an album. I know you also want to talk about my transgression. What do you want to do first?
I knew you was gonna fuck up sooner or later. I did. I love your show. You got a great show.
Thank you.
But you be bucking up against that line a little bit. You got a lot of black jokes. You know what I'm saying? You do.
Well, against racists. Yes.
Sometimes you sound like a redneck trucker.
No, I don't.
Yes.
No, that I
Yes,
gotta.
you do.
No, I don't. That
Yes,
I gotta
you do.
push back on.
All right, it's my opinion.
Okay, it is.
My thing is
Never
this.
heard that opinion before,
My
but
thing is this, and I'm cool with you. I like your show, to be honest. I just want to know 2 questions. What made you think that it was cool to say that?
I just.
That's one question.
I just explained. There was no thought put into it. Obviously, I was telling Dr. Dyson, comedians, they react, and it was wrong, and I apologized, and. More than that, I can't do.
I accept your apology, but I still think we need to get to the root of the psyche, because I think it's a lot of guys out there who cross the line because they a little too familiar, or they think they too familiar, or it's guys that, you might have a black girlfriend or two that made them some Kool-Aid every now and then, and they think they can cross the line, and they can't. It's a word that has been used against us. It's like a knife, man. And you can use it as a weapon or you can use it as a tool. It's been used as a weapon against us by white people. And we're not going to let that happen again by nobody, because it's not cool. Now, I know you heard it's in the lexicon, everybody talking, but that's our word now. That's our word now, and you can't have it back. I know they trying to get it back. This guy, and I'm not talking about you, Bill. I'm not talking about you, Bill.
Okay.
But I'm talking about guys who cross the line every day because they got some black homies, they got some friends, they think it's cool, and it's not cool, because when I hear my homies say it, it don't feel like venom. When I hear a white person say it, it feel like that knife stabbing me, even if they don't mean it. So, I like your show, and it's a great show. And I just don't know sometimes, is this a political show, or is it a show about jokes? And sometimes the jokes, I understand the format, and, you gotta say it's a comedian show, but this, to me, is a political show. And I think you just have to not step on some of the political messages that you're saying with a joke, because some things just ain't funny. You know what I mean? This is real right here that we're going through. And I'm not trying to get on your case, Bill. I'm telling you, I like your show, I like you, but I think this is a teachable moment, not just to you, but to the people that's watching right now. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm not
But I think
trying
the
to
people watching right now are saying that point has been made.
Not by me.
Okay. All right, man. But you made it.
I made it. I'm done. and we can laugh now. We can tell jokes.
Would you like to?
I mean, I agree with what Ice Cube said, but furthermore, I also think it's about the context in which the joke was made. Like, we know you apologize, but in the context, you essentially, by referring to yourself as a house anything, you attempted to whitewash who was really enslaved in the house. You know, as a white person in America, you would have been the master, the slave owner, not someone enslaved in the house. And it was mostly black women who were enslaved in the house, who were raped, who were beaten daily, day in and day out. They endured physical and mental abuse. And so for a lot of people in America, that was like a slap in the face to black America, particularly to black women. And so I'm with Ice Cube and Dr. Dyson. This is a teachable moment. And in this teachable moment, we have to talk about just educating and taking it farther. Look, this is on the backdrop. We are 2 years shy of the 400th anniversary of the first 20 African people being brought to this continent as slaves. This is on the backdrop of Confederate monuments of the Confederacy being taken down from Charlottesville, Virginia to New Orleans, Louisiana, and people protesting about it. We got to fight white folks on taking down the statues of the Confederacy. This is on the backdrop of right here in LA, not 2 weeks ago, when LeBron James was called the N-word, one of the most powerful people and most known people in the world. And so it's a teachable moment for everyone to understand that it is more than just a word. Black people are literally fighting the systems of white supremacy and institutionalized racism every single day. And every single day. And for some people, it does not matter how much money we make, what job we do. I was literally on the campaign trail with Bernie Sanders. I was attempted to be yanked out of the entourage for no other reason except I was a black woman walking with Bernie. That is an issue, and so we have to remember that we still have some work to do, and we still got some farther places to go. Maybe we need to take a group field trip on down to the National Museum of African American History and Culture. We're gonna just do it because to put some visuals to the things that we're talking about.
All right. So you guys just heard what Ice Cube said and what Simone Sanders had to say. Now, Ice Cube went on there to basically promote his the 25th anniversary of his record Death Certificate, and he's doing a re-release of it, which that was actually one of my favorite Ice Cube albums. Anyway, so my thing is this: I'm an Ice Cube fan, but this has nothing to do with that. But I just want to say, I just kind of disagreed with what he had to say. You know, first of all, you could tell that he went on there with the idea that it might get a little hostile with him and Bill. And you could tell that he was a little nervous, but he knew that he had to drive this thing home. You know, he being a black man who was known for gangster rap, you know, just known for basically taking a stand against racism and things like that, because Ice Cube has a very political side as well. He said, you know, y'all heard him say, you know, what made you think you would use that word? And you could tell that Bill was actually a little annoyed with the conversation, but I'm gonna say Bill handled himself very well. But you could tell he was just so over it, just over the conversation. Like he felt like he had already explained himself, and I think he just went ahead and let Ice Cube ramble. The part that I disagreed with the most was when he said, that's our word and y'all can't have it back. And I know y'all trying to take it back. What? No, that is not our word. That is not our word. Unfortunately, no, that is their word. That is the white man's word. That word was used against us to tear us down, to belittle us. That word was used to make us feel less than. We as black people, and I think I said this in my previous video, we as black people started to embrace that word. You know how after they say, you know how they say, if somebody tells you something enough, it will become embedded in your head. So they called us niggers for years, so we began to believe we were niggers. So we started to embrace that word, and now it has become a part of our vocabulary, in which it should not. Now, I agree with what a lot of Simone said. Yes, that really was, you know, for him to say a house nigga, you know, that really was a slap in the face to especially the black women who were in-house slaves. But my thing, again, like I said before, if we're going to make all this hoopla about that N-word, then we need to stop using it altogether, period. And it's not about it being our word. I just thought Ice Cube sounded so stupid saying that. It's not about it being our word. It's not our word. It's their word, and it will always be their word. That's why it hurts so bad. That's why there's still some hurt there when a white person says it. And Ice Cube said, okay, well, my homeboy said it doesn't feel like venom, but when a white person said it just feels like a knife is still stabbing me, I understand that, because like I said, it's a hurtful word. It came from a hurtful past. So yes, every time a white person uses that word, it just doesn't sound right. But what about people like Ice Cube and whoever else who uses that word in their rhymes? So what if a white person is rapping one of his songs, he got to skip that part? And not only that, what about the N word being in some of the titles of the songs or the music? What if a white person is just reading the title? So we need to quit putting this shit out there ourselves. And then Ice Cube, come on. I mean, you come from a group where hell, the initials stood for, niggas with attitudes, NWA. I mean, come on. But we want to make a big hoopla of a white person using it. And I'm not saying white people should use it, because they should not. But I'm just saying black people shouldn't use it either. So overall, I understood Ice Cube's position, but I did not agree with what he said. I didn't. So, I mean, that's basically my take on it. I just didn't agree with him. I just felt like he kind of came on expecting it to be hostile, but like I said, Bill pretty much handled himself pretty well. He was calm. He let Ice Cube vent, even though, like I said, to me, Ice Cube didn't really make any sense. And then everybody's talking about, it was a teachable moment, and he let him know he got him together. No, I don't really think so. I just think that Ice Cube basically said what everybody's been saying, and it was just like Ice Cube wanted to have his moment to go in there and say it to Bill right to his face. But I don't really feel like it was a necessary to have a teachable moment, or I just feel like, hey, Bill said it. He apologized. I don't think he's a racist, like I said before. I think he just thought he was being funny, but not in a malicious way. And I mean, he apologized, and that's that. And I'm glad he didn't lose his show, because I don't think it was necessary for him to lose his show. Now, I will say this. I think he didn't lose his show because there are no, his show doesn't have commercials. There's no sponsors. So nobody's pulling out, and, nobody's like, oh, well, we can't be a part of that. So I think that's really what kind of saved his show as well. He doesn't have to worry about sponsorships and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, that's my take on it. I mean, I don't want to make this too long because it's already long enough. But so that's all I wanted to say about it. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is Miss Marcy. Until next time, peace.